på er. Jag tänkte ta några minuter och presentera några frågor och svar gällande vårt kommande utbildningsprogram för Copilot 365 tillsammans med Microsoft och vår finska partner Sulava. Jag som pratar just nu heter Elin Rylander. Till vardags är jag verksamhetsutvecklare på HIT. Och i det här uppdraget är jag med som koordinator för utbildningen och för att vara en länk mellan oss i verksamheterna och Sulava och Microsoft. Målgruppen för den här korta filmen är i första hand du som kommer att ingå i programmets Core Adoption Team. Och även du som har medarbetare som du kanske funderar på ska delta i utbildningen. Men också du som själv funderar på att vara med. Frågorna och svaren kommer att presenteras tillsammans med Kim från Sulava. Och idag ges de på engelska. Men själva utbildningsprogrammet som vi sen kommer att hålla, det kommer att genomföras på svenska. So, enough from me. It's high time to introduce our partner from Sulava, Kim Katainen. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, and thank you. Yes, I'm Kim Katainen from Sulava. I will be your service manager, as in like making sure that everything moves in the right direction in this Copilot adoption journey. We'll be here helping you get the most out of Copilot in short. And I do have a little presentation for us.
Yes.
With information important to the core adoption team and maybe even managers. So this is the ultimate goal of what we're about to do, the Copilot adoption. We wish to unlock the power of generative AI with Copilots, and it's in plural because there's many different kind of Copilots, for example, in Microsoft Word, Outlook, Teams, so on and so forth. Why we're here, why Sulava? Well, actually, we've had the pleasure and privilege to be doing this quite a while, even though it's a young technology. Microsoft actually chose us in the top 4 in the world out of 5,000 companies in Microsoft AI and Copilot. And we worked with hundreds of customers, organizations already, and inspired over 100,000 Copilot users worldwide. When we help organizations get the most out of Copilot, we like to think in cycles in a way. We have cycles of, let's say, 10 to 16 weeks, and we choose some kind of special point of interest for each cycle. If the organization is just starting out with Copilot, it's probably something here on the left-hand side, let's say for everyday productivity in the form of Microsoft 365 Copilot. If the organization is a little bit more, let's say, experienced with Copilot, we can look at the middle in how to extend the usage of Copilot, let's say in the form of agents, or how to make information work in different kind of applications to another, and how can Copilot help in that. And finally, on the right-hand side, we can even take a look at different kind of backend systems you might be using, let's say in your financial side or some kind of customer service, and how can Copilot help in that? Can it even be integrated with these systems? But as mentioned, usually we choose one of these focuses, and probably in your case, going to be here on the left-hand side. A little bit more about the cycles I mentioned. One cycle lasting between 10 to 16 weeks. This is the structure. We start with the maturity check, where we check where you are with AI and Copilot right now. Then number 2, we have something we call success metrics, as in what kind of, where do we want to go? What is the direction we want to take from where we are today? And based on these two, we then, Sulava will then propose what could be the actual workshops and the training sessions and the coaching sessions that we will then provide to your team members. And we will have this number 3, change path planning together, a meeting where we will either accept the plan or we will tweak it a little bit and polish it perfect. And then we go to number 4, where we actually deliver these activities. As mentioned, coaching, training, workshops. And finally, when this 10 to 16 weeks, in your case, it's probably going to be 10 weeks, we will have this value summary. Well, we take a look at what did we accomplish with Copilot in relation to the metrics we defined earlier. And we also propose, based on our expertise and the information we have collected together, what we recommend happens next after these 10 or so weeks. And in our model, if we have the privilege to continue with you to a second cycle, to a third cycle, we would simply start another cycle after this one, again with the maturity check, success metrics, so on and so forth. And this guarantees we're always doing the right things to your with Copilot that's important to your organization. We have a core adoption team listed here as well, different team members from Sulava and from Höglandet. We don't have to maybe spend too much time here. And here's an example of what the 10 weeks or so could look like. Again, I highlight this is simply an example, but just as a couple of highlights, with orange background, we have different coaching and training sessions that could be provided to all Copilot users. And then here in the middle with a lighter blue called My Day workshops, and on the right-hand side, My Day trainings, these could be something more specialized for specific user profiles. A user profile could be some kind of project managers, another could be HR, something that ties these people together in their responsibilities or routines or tasks. But there's many other things also we can do together, and this is the plan we will create together over the course of the planning meetings I briefly mentioned just now. As mentioned, after this cycle, we have the ability to have a second cycle as well, or a third or a fourth, depending, of course, in your situation. But that's it in short, and here we have information that's relevant to the participants of these training and coaching activities, the Copilot users themselves.
Right. So if I understood you correctly, Kim, if I'm a member of the core adoption team, I will be involved in the planning activities, taking part over the coming up weeks. That's going to be the first thing that happens.
Yes, exactly.
Great. And also we had a meeting a couple of weeks ago with questions and answers for participants with people who has a license for Copilot today. And we wanted to highlight some of these questions again to make sure that we have answered everything that might be of interest for you as a participant in this program as well. So I wanted to ask you again if you could summarize what would you see as the expected outcome for me as a participant if I enroll in this program?
Well, definitely the outcome will be that your workday will simply become even better. You're able to, as mentioned here, complete repetitive tasks faster, make complex tasks simpler, and pretty much have more control over how do you wish to work to use your work time in the way of getting more or finding more time for what is meaningful and important to you in your work. And naturally, you can then start using Copilot fluently in your workday. And if you're a more experienced user of Copilot, you can continue using it even more fluently in your workday.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds great. How much time do I need to set aside to achieve these goals?
1 to 2 hours per week.
Yes.
I'd say.
Yes. And if I want to participate, what do I do? How do I get to be a part of this?
Well, naturally, it's a good idea to, considering the time allocation from your busy schedule, it's good to discuss with your supervisor, naturally, that it's okay for you to spend this time with us, and then make preparations for yourself that you have those, let's say, around 1 to 2 hours available every week. And then you simply sign up for the sessions and be prepared to share your Copilot successes and questions with other participants. And as mentioned, make your workday even more fluent with Copilot.
And I do need to have a license, right? That's sort
Yes.
of the baseline here. Okay.
Yes.
And then we can also add if you don't have a license at the moment, but you're interested in participating or trying this out, you can talk to your supervisor and you can have your supervisor send an email to Höglandet support@höglandet.se. With the information about you, and then we can help you in the process of getting a license, since that is needed, of course, to be part of this. Well, it all sounds great, I think. So what happens next?
What happens next is that with the core adoption team, we will have a collection of planning meetings where we will fine-tune the plan of what could be the exact topics for these training and coaching sessions. And we will do also some communication planning, as in what's the best way to inform the Copilot users about this opportunity to join these trainings. And also, even more precisely, how to when and how to join up.
Right. Because it says in the slide that you're showing now that it's going to be during the period of March and May. So
Yes.
things are going to happen pretty soon is the plan, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, well, I think that's all the questions that we have summed up right now. Thank you so much for talking to us and answering the questions. Kim, switching back into Swedish. Nu har vi fått lite mer information och kött på benen kring det här kommande utbildningsprogrammet. Har du fler frågor så får du gärna höra av dig till mig, Elin, via ett Teams-meddelande eller via ett mejl, så ska jag försöka hjälpa dig vidare. Okay, so should we see you again? Vi ses snart, Kim.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye.